Some troubling allegations from a group of Canadian thalidomide survivors. They say they were degraded and belittled in a meeting with a federal cabinet minister. The CBC's Evan Dyer is on the story in Ottawa. Evan, what exactly are these survivors alleging?
Well, this is certainly a strange story, Jennifer, and it comes from a meeting that appears to have happened in the early fall of last year between Kent Hehr and a group representing thalidomide survivors who've been petitioning the government to follow through on commitments it made, a motion that passed unanimously in the House back in 2014, calling on the government to compensate thalidomide survivors. They have been compensated since then, but many felt it was not enough, and for that reason they were meeting with the minister when they say that he humiliated and belittled them and made remarks that they found very offensive, and actually also say that there was some inappropriate touching of some people by the minister. Let's have a look at Fiona Sampson, who speaks for that group of thalidomide survivors that met with the minister back in fall. She appeared this morning on the Hill to talk about it.
Within a period of 30 minutes in that meeting, Minister Hehr managed to insult and degrade us repeatedly. In response to members of the group reading really heartfelt testimonials, Minister Hehr, apropos of nothing, commented, "Well, you don't have it as bad today as adults as you did when you were kids. The discrimination isn't anything compared to what it was when you were kids."
That, of course, is one of the comments that he made. It's not actually the worst that this group is alleging. I think that would have to be the comment. So you probably have about 10 years left then now, this said to the thalidomide survivors in reference to their lifespan. That's good news for the Canadian government. Now, I want to make it clear that Kent Hehr, while he's acknowledging some of the things that he may have said and saying that those were misconstrued, that last comment, he's denying making it.
What else is the government saying in response to this, Evan?
Well, Kent Hehr himself has put out a statement. It's a written statement. We haven't been able to speak to him yet, although hope to later this afternoon. He said in an initial statement, "My heart goes out to thalidomide survivors. I've listened to their stories, and I know our government, led by the Minister of Health, is taking the concerns very seriously." He goes on to say, "As someone with a disability myself, it was certainly not my intention to offend anyone. While some of my comments were misconstrued, as soon as I learned that my comments were felt to be offensive, I immediately called the organization directly and apologized." And then regarding the physical contact, which is perhaps the strangest and as yet most unexplained element of this story, "My staff and I met with several representatives of this organization earlier in the fall to discuss the challenges they face. Last week I spoke directly to the organization to apologize if any comments were misconstrued, but today," he says, "was the first time I heard about this accusation, and I'm extremely troubled by it. If there was any physical contact, it was completely accidental, and I apologize."
Evan, thank you for this. CBC's Evan Dyer in Ottawa.